Now, independent analyst and co-author of Red Capitalism, one of the big China watchers that we talked to. And Fraser, you're talking about how this, it's over-promising and under-delivering when it comes to some of these targets. And
well, of course it is. Let's remember, this is the NPC. Okay, we may give it blanket coverage. It may all look a lot slicker than it was, but this is a highly stage-managed performance. And to some extent, changing the constitution, there are clearly some serious things going on there. If there's an announcement about high-nine gambling, there's clearly important, news that can come out of it.
But it's largely a rubber stamp, basically.
Now, of course it is.
Yeah.
It always has been. That's exactly what it is. This is the idea that to give it a lot of media attention gives it credibility that it simply does not deserve in that sense. The decisions have largely been made. The hands of, all the levers of power are very much in Xi Jinping's hands. This is completely a rubber stamp.
Though this is all coming at a time when we do see the president consolidating his power, is he capable of bringing in this kind of new form, modern authoritarianism in China?
I'd like to think he can't. It's a rather worrying development if it is. Because as you say, this is coming at a time where there are a lot of political risks in China. Xi Jinping is basically getting all the power into his hands. And the trouble is there are no checks and balances.
Yeah.
I think the problem in China, whether it comes to leadership transition, whether it comes to corruption issues, the problem is not whether it's a sort of democracy or one man, one vote, I think, or even one party, sort of rule, as it were. The problem is there are so few checks and balances in the system, genuinely independent checks and balances, and I think that's the worry. There are no signs that accountability or checks and balances are improving. In fact, if anything, it's going backwards.
What are we seeing here when it comes, there's the public persona that, what everyday Chinese see president as the father, he's the center of Confucianism and whatnot. Is there a difference between the public persona of Xi Jinping and what he is behind closed doors leadership, which has largely been kept secret?
Look, there's 1.3 billion people, obviously there's a lot of different opinions. And there's obviously a lot of people, I think, who like Xi Jinping in the sense he's been a strong leader clamping down on corruption, and a lot of people have suffered from corruption because they like that. But I think the Chinese can be the most ahistoric people on the planet. They just simply don't remember their own history. And Chinese people have suffered a lot under strong leadership. And I think the worry is that it's not, whether he'll be president for life, whether he'll even get a third term isn't entirely clear. But what you're putting in place is a system which allows, which can allow for abuse of power, it can allow for sort of a very strict authoritarian rule, and you think that's not an encouraging sign, and it's not certainly a sign of a modern economy.
Just to play Fraser the devil's advocate, though, those who say this is perhaps a move towards stability in China might say, look, why shouldn't Xi Jinping be rewarded for doing something that other leaders have not, which is really, be serious about the anti-corruption drive, the deleveraging that's happened under his leadership. Why should they not reward that? What do you say to that?
Okay, well, that's frankly nonsense. Okay, you can certainly make an argument that a one-party state, and China has for a long time, that a single-party state gives stability. But you need single leadership rule for stability. Xi Jinping is the only person that this system has thrown up that can provide sort of stable leadership. For 30, 40 years, China has struggled to get stable transition of power. And I don't think this encourages stable transition of power. Again, clamping down on corruption, great. So why shouldn't he be doing that? Corruption clearly was a bad thing. It was running out of control. But again, somehow rewarding Xi Jinping, and again, who's rewarding him? It's not as if this is a popular outcry or even the NPC is suggesting this.
Right.
This is coming from Xi Jinping himself. So he's awarding himself these powers.